Hello students, welcome to Vidyaniketan. Are you ready for today's class?
Hello everyone, welcome to Vidyaniketan. We are starting off with the first chapter, blood, the circulatory fluid in our body. In this video, we are going to study about the composition and functions of blood. The first thing to note about blood is that it is classified as a fluid connective tissue, since the blood cells remain suspended in the liquid plasma. It helps in the intake of food and oxygen and also in the removal of wastes, carbon dioxide and nitrogenous wastes. The blood is transported to all the parts of the body by means of the pumping organ, that is heart. This to and fro movement of the blood carried out by the heart is called the blood circulatory system. Our circulatory system thus consists of blood, blood vessels and the heart. We are going to study about blood in detail in this video. In the coming videos, we will also cover blood vessels and the structure and functioning of heart. Composition of blood. Upon centrifugation of blood, it separates out into its two components, that is the liquid plasma, which being lighter comes up at the top, and the cellular corpuscles, which being denser settles down at the bottom. The plasma is a yellowish sticky fluid. It is composed of 90% water and the remaining 10% consists of blood proteins, vitamins, minerals, salts, hormones and other waste products. The cellular part of the blood consists of three types of blood cells: the red blood cells, also called erythrocytes, the white blood cells, also called leukocytes, and the platelets, also known as thrombocytes. Red blood cells, they are circular or disc shaped as shown in the figure with a central depression. The RBCs are anucleate. Since they lose nucleus during maturation, there are about 4.5 to 5 million RBCs in just a single cubic millimeter of blood. They are produced in the bone marrow, which is a spongy structure present in the center of the bone. The process of formation of RBCs in the bone marrow is called erythropoiesis. The lifespan of RBC is about 120 days. And the red color of RBC is due to the hemoglobin present in it. The hemoglobin is a iron containing metalloprotein compound. And it is an oxygen carrier. This helps in the transport of oxygen throughout the bloodstream. The second blood cell is known as white blood cells. They are larger than RBC in size and have a distinct nucleus. There are about 5,000 to 8,000 WBC present per cubic millimeter of blood. They provide immunity by capturing and destroying germs that try to enter the body. The WBCs are further divided into two types, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes are called so because of the presence of a granular cytoplasm, which is absent in agranulocytes. Granulocytes are of three types: neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. And agranulocytes are of two types: monocytes and lymphocytes. Types of WBCs. The first are granulocytes. The first granulocyte is the neutrophil, which comprises 60% of the total WBCs. It has a multilobed nucleus and it destroys bacteria by the process of phagocytosis. The second granulocyte is the eosinophil, which comprises 3% of the total WBC. It has a bilobed nucleus and it helps in the killing of parasitic worms and controlling the allergic responses shown in the body. The third granulocyte is the basophil, which comprises 1% of the total WBCs present. This too has a bilobed nucleus and it helps in the release of histamine at the site of allergic reaction resulting in an inflammation. It also secretes heparin, which is an anticoagulant and prevents blood from clotting in the bloodstream and keeps the blood flowing. Second is the agranulocytes. The first agranulocyte is the lymphocyte, which comprises 30% of the total WBCs. It shows immune response by direct cell attack in the form of T cells or via antibodies with the help of B cells. The second agranulocyte is the monocyte, which comprises 6% of the total WBCs. They develop into macrophages in the tissue and phagocytosis and helps in the process of phagocytosis, that is ingesting the foreign bacteria or virus. The third blood cell is the platelets. It is derived from a larger cell called the megakaryocyte. They are round in shape and are smallest in size. There are about 2 to 3 lakh platelets present per cubic millimeter of blood. The major function of platelets is that it helps in the clotting of blood, which helps in the prevention of excessive blood loss in case of an injury. Let's see how the platelets help in the clotting of blood. At the site of injury, the platelets disintegrate, resulting in the release of thrombokinase, also known as thromboplastin or Stewart factor. This thrombokinase converts the inactive prothrombin protein in the presence of calcium ions to the active thrombin protein. This thrombin, again in the presence of calcium ions, converts the soluble fibrinogen into insoluble fibrin. This fibrin forms a network of fine threads or mesh at the site of the wound. The blood cells are trapped in this network or mesh, and the network shrinks or contracts. The plasma then squeezes out in the form of a clear liquid called the serum, which is nothing but the blood plasma minus the fibrinogen. After the plasma squeezes out, the solid mass left behind is called the clot or thrombus, which plugs the site of injury and prevents loss of any blood. Let us revise whatever we have done until now. We first classified blood as a fluid connective tissue. Then we looked at the composition of blood, which is the liquid plasma and the cellular portion. We saw how the blood is composed of 3 types of blood cells: the RBCs, WBCs and its 5 types, and platelets, and how it helps in blood clotting. Now we look at the functions of blood. Blood helps in carrying digested food, that is the nutrients, from the intestines to those organs where they are either stored or utilized. It also helps in carrying oxygen from the lungs to the tissues and carbon dioxide produced by the tissues to the lungs, from where the carbon dioxide is breathed out. It also helps in carrying cellular waste products to the kidneys, from where they are removed from the body. The blood also maintains water balance in the tissues, and it regulates body temperature. The blood also protects the body against diseases by destroying the disease causing germs by the help of WBCs present. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching the video.